that was a big success. Thank you to Matt and all the resident volunteers that cooked and helped us serve and make everything happen for that. That was good. And then voting for the building and to hire the architect, that started yesterday. Both mail ballots and email ballots have all gone out. If you haven't received that, please get in touch with me or the office and we'll verify that we have the right information. And then make sure that gets sent out to you. That's all I've got.
I want to thank probably the one thing in the world that is one of the most humbling things that you do in life is be recorded and then watch yourself. It took me 2 days before I could click on the recording, and I want to thank Mary Kay and Terry for keeping me on track, and Gary for doing the recording. I think Gary told me there's already been 580 hits, so a lot of people are looking at it. And there's still a lot of people that don't understand. This is just absolutely the first step. I looked just before we came down here, 18.1% of the people, that means 181 votes so far. And yes, we voted yes, because I have a lot of confidence in the people sitting to my left and right that we're going to do something with a lot of help. And the thing that I've also discovered, talking with individuals, there's people out here that have hills they want to die on. And I'll talk to them and I say, well, this is what I want to do. And if it's not done this way, I'm going to vote no. Well, what about the rest of it? Well, I don't know. And I said, thank you. That's exactly what the building committee has had to work through. They were giving a set of orders and regulations of what you, through surveys, have wanted things to happen here in these social buildings. So we turned that all over to a building committee. And these guys are, I'm glad they live here, and I'm glad they've stuck with it. But they've had to come up, okay, if you want this, how do we do that? And when I asked some of the people they're willing to die, I had a lady tell me that, I don't believe you cut out all the bathrooms out of the cabana. I said, well, yeah, we did to begin with. But no, we put a men and women's bathroom back, and the women's bathroom has 2 toilets. Well, the present bathroom has 4, and it really needs 8. And I'm like, so you're gonna vote no if we don't get 8 toilets out there? Yep, I'm gonna vote no. So that's her hill she's gonna die on, and I can't change her mind. But it's just a small portion of what we have going forward. The building committee has done an excellent job. We're listening to people now, and I've talked to Frank. We're going to have one final chop from the board of directors before it goes to PAL. And understand, what we're giving to PAL is so much more detailed than they normally get. So we have been listening. We're trying to do everything. We're trying to stay within a budget of $1.7 million. And that's all I've got. You know, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Frank, people are wrapped around this $122,800. I don't believe we have to spend the whole amount to kind of get a better idea of how much this is going to cost. Is that correct?
That is correct. That 122,000, actually it's $122,800 is what the contract says. That's for Powell to give us construction grade blueprints, assist us in going out to get construction bids, and basically holding our hand through the whole process. At any point in time, if for any reason we go a different direction, the rest of that money is not paid. It's paid in stages contingent upon what they're doing for us. And actually we were quite surprised at that number. We thought it would possibly be higher. And so.
Good, and I want people to understand that. And why did we put another $30,000 in there? A former president brought up the fact when we were possibly going to build a building across the way, there's some other associated costs when you're getting permits. This person mentioned $25,000. We decided to put $30,000 in just in case. We only want to ask one time. I'd come back 5, just once. So that's what this is all about going forward. So I have said enough. It is time to move on. And if you would, Josh, unfinished business, the MRTA, explain. I'm
Before
sorry.
you do that, could I just add something?
Sure.
The next communications from the Ad hoc Communications Committee is gonna be exactly on what you just said. How much money it's gonna be, the phases that's gonna be paid out, the timeline, all that kind of stuff. So that's gonna be the next question, because a lot of people have said, why are we paying $122,000 to architects? And I tried to explain, well, it's this, and then this, and then this.
Yep.
So,
It's a lot like when if you build a home here, you have an initial payment, then you have some draws, and that's how this works going forward. And once again, just, Mary Kay, thank you so much for what you've done with the Ad hoc Committee on Communications. It's super. And to all the people that are on that group. Now we can mosey on.